Everyone laughed at this girl who sacrificed everything to marry this man, but years later, they regretted it. John was born without arms and had little education. He never imagined he'd be able to win the heart of a wonderful woman named Polly McCarmy. But all changed one morning when they met over a cup of tea in a hotel. Their lives have changed drastically since then. Their love story is fantastic enough, but what is most amazing is how John managed to win Polly's heart despite all of the healthy and wealthy suitors who were chasing her. It got to the point that Polly had to give up everything to gain her favor. Everything she knew, from her friends to her family and her little wealth, all because of this disabled man. How did this disabled man marry this beautiful woman, and why did she give up everything to join him? Once, confused John needed a break to clear his mind. With no job or family support, life was tough. He explained, "Since my mother passed away, I've faced a difficult life. Being born without arms was already a tragedy, worsened by my stepmother's mistreatment. Despite my optimism, the challenges weakened me. My father married again, multiplying my troubles. My stepmother refused to help me, abused me, and refused to wash my clothes. So I moved away from home and my girlfriend to start fresh in the city." Trying to survive in Nairobi, a city for the strongest, was difficult for John, who was born without arms. Struggling to find a job, he considered taking his own life as he dealt with the reality of his circumstances. He explained, "I felt stronger because I knew God. I understood that I'm unique, and God made everyone special. I used my feet instead of my hands to take care of myself, like washing my face, brushing my teeth, and drinking tea. I did things differently, and that was okay." In the hotel hall, lonely John noticed a group of young women entering and booking a table. They ordered tea, and John couldn't help but glance at how they sipped it, driven by curiosity. Polly stood up from her group and approached him. She shared, "The first time I saw him, it was love at first sight. I was surprised. I couldn't believe someone could use his feet to do certain activities like drinking tea. I approached him, chatted, and we exchanged contacts. I was super impressed by his confidence." However, as their interactions continued, John faced a problem. His single life as a physically challenged man was getting tougher, and he needed a wife soon. His previous attempts at relationships had failed. John said, "I never asked her to be in a regular relationship. I was clear about what I wanted. I proposed to her, and she was open to listening, unlike other girls who wouldn't give me a chance. I told her everything about my life, and she was okay with it. She always encouraged me to be the best version of myself. I'm grateful to her because she loved and accepted me, even when we had no money for food or rent. She always motivates me, reminding me that we're in this together. She made sacrifices for me, and I appreciate her a lot." Those sacrifices were real. When Polly told her parents about her relationship, they thought it was temporary. Her friends had bigger issues, even threatening to cut ties if she stayed with a man who could barely support her. She said, "Many men tried to woo me. When I met John, I already had another boyfriend that many of my friends knew about. They tried hard to convince me to stay with him since he was wealthy and attractive. The others couldn't believe it when I told them I'd chosen John." Today, the couple is having the time of their lives, doing everything together. You can see their joy when they're out. They often crack jokes on the walk to the market to buy food and other necessities. A kiss on the cheek and forehead while wrapped in the warmth of his wife's arms. This is what everyone's dream looks like, and John is living his every day. This is one of the reasons he thinks himself to be the luckiest person on the planet, even if he's relatively poor. She said, "I don't have a job, I don't have the means to help him financially. He's the father of our house, and he brings everything you see here. My life depends on him. He brings food, pays rent, provides clothing, and any other bills. Sometimes he comes back with absolutely nothing, sometimes he comes back with money. But in whatever case, I always make sure that he's happy. We are always living a good life in our paradise house. He does his best to provide for his family, and I admire him for it. The hard life they live in is a very big interruption to the normal and otherwise beautiful life, but the others try to shrug it off. They might struggle to fulfill their financial needs, but when they sleep together, breathing in each other's soil, the first dream is fulfilled, and hope is restored forever.